In this week's episode, I'm going to show you how I provision, and I probably provision quite a bit differently than other people. We began our cruising during COVID, when we couldn't go to any communities in Canada all the way up to Alaska. Also, our home state is Alaska, and the small communities really don't have a lot of groceries. So when we provision for 3 months or more. When we're on the East Coast, yes, we can get to stores if we dock or if we take a dinghy in, but I don't really like to be dependent on that. And so I'm just so used to provisioning for 3 months or more. And it's easier for me. The one time we didn't do it, I was having to have Walmart run things out to us and everything else. So I would rather just be ready, and then we can get additional like vegetables and stuff as we go along. So the first thing that I do, I go through my pantry and I clean it out. And I clean off the shelving, I clean out all the containers. And as you can see here, I've got a lot of baking stuff that I put up here. Here, I try to keep like the snacks up front, and then the other condiments are back there, and some breads and stuff are back there. Not like bread, but like croutons and things like that. Then I have more snacks down here, and you can tell they're empty. And then I got some protein powder now. Back behind my other items, I've got a bunch of canned stuff. And this time I actually had to label it because I was off the boat so long that I kind of forgot where I was putting things. On the doors here, I have attached these little brackets that I got, and that keeps like your mix of stuff, things, my extracts, things that I don't want to lose easily and want to be able to grab. And here I've got some silicone tops that I put on instead of saran wrap if I get a chance. I'm not as organized as I started, but I've got some spices in here. I may have to try a different process for that, but for now it's working. I have a junk drawer here. You have to have a junk drawer. It's necessary. Here I have more of my spices, my bigger ones, and some miscellaneous stuff like my pastry sheet. I've been working on cleaning out the fridge, and I've cleaned out the hole. There's a bunch of containers in there. I might need them, but there's still space in there. I have an app on my phone where I can keep track of like what ingredients I need for recipes. If I schedule the recipes, I can move it over to the groceries and know what's in the pantry. The problem is only I use the app, so it doesn't really work that well. And once in a while, I go back to old school. So when I was cleaning up the cabinets, I just went through the chest freezer, and I know what's hiding in the bottom of it. I listed all the meat, though we haven't been eating that, so I'm gonna have to double check it. And then I have some bins, and so I know what's in the bins now. I then went through the pantry, and I know it's all on the middle shelf, what's on the bottom shelf, and what's in the hole in the corner. I did this about 2-3 weeks ago, so we've actually been eating stuff, and I've been trying to mark it off to keep track, but I have a pretty good idea what's on the boat now. So now that I know what's on the boat, I had to kind of figure out what we're going to eat and what are our staples, and I've made a huge list of that. I do use an app for my grocery list. I've got my grocery store list here, and I have my Costco list. What I'll do is I'll first go to Walmart, and I will work through the items that are like shelf and household, and I'll see what I can find there. And anything that I don't find there, then I'll move over to a grocery list for a different kind of store. My Costco list, I have all of our basics that we like that we'll be able to have for the next 3 months, because we aren't going to get to a Costco easy. Okay, I'm headed into Walmart. This is going to be the first of the stores that I go to. I can do my provisioning all in one day, but I prefer not to because there's so much that it's easier to bring it in a little bit at a time. So this is going to be like my dry goods, my canned goods, and things like that. It's too far away to do my perishables. And I want to stay away from the refrigerator and the freezer right now because the refrigerator repair guy is coming on Friday. Keep everything straight. So Friday the repair guy is coming for the fridge. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff in there, but I do want to get a head start and get my cabinets at least filled with the dry and canned. So I'm off, not taking you in here. First load. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm doing this in different loads because it gets exhausting. I even got a pizza because I'm not going to want to cook tonight. Okay, I guess I gotta get this loaded. I had to get everything into the boat, but it really helps to have boat carts. So I just take my boat cart, take all that, stick it in there, go in there, and hope Eric's there to help me get it onto the boat. It'd help if I didn't bury my big bag that I keep. Oh well, I need 2 hands. And it all fits. I can't wait to put it all away. So I'll kind of tell you why I buy some of the things I buy. Not all of them are healthy, okay? So if you want healthy, this is not the right place. Cake mixes. Cake mixes, you can make a lot of things out of them, but what I like is I have a bundt cake recipe that is easy to make. It's quick. I don't even have to pull out the mixer. And it gives Eric a baked good. So it works really well. I get rid of the boxes, though, because of a couple of reasons. One, the sailboat people always get rid of the cardboard because of bugs. And in the Bahamas, I think that was more important. In Alaska, it didn't matter at all. But I don't know how long I'm going to have this stuff in my pantry. And even more important, I don't want the garbage that it's going to create. Because if I make the cake, I don't want to have the extra packaging on the boat because we don't have a compactor yet. Even when we did, we just don't need the extra garbage. So I'm going to get rid of that. So I've got my cake mixes, and along with my cake mixes, the recipe also requires instant pudding and sour cream. So I've got more instant pudding that I'm going to put there, and again, I'll take it out of the box and mark it. And we have Nutter Butters. We have friends on a boat that was named Althea that talked about the wonders of Nutter Butters, and they've been kind of a favorite ever since. We haven't really been eating them before then. Got some marinade. I'm going to be getting lots of meat at Costco. So we're going to need, we like to use marinade. It really helps flavor the meat and keep it soft. What else do I have? More powdered sugar. Some basics, the brown sugar. Artichoke hearts. Did you know these are high in fiber and they are a vegetable? And they actually taste good. Lots of rice. We are rice eaters. And had to pick up a couple of Red Lobster biscuit mix because we're going to Maine and we're going to have lobster, right? So we need biscuits. More avocado oil. This might be new to some of you. Growing up in Alaska, we had a barge that came in once a week with our food. And growing up, both Eric and I were exposed to powdered milk. We don't like it at all. But this is real milk, and it is shelf stable. So I can put it in just underneath the settee, and if we run out of milk, we still have milk. And Eric will drink this straight. So I guess I'm going to get busy. Okay, so I've gotten the dessert stuff pretty much put away, and that keep most of the dessert stuff up there and kind of back a little ways. don't have to get into it all the time, so it just works best to keep in the back. Some boxes I will keep. Crackers, they kind of crumble, get mashed up, so I'll keep those boxes. I'm also going to keep the boxes for the taco shells because they'll break. And the directions, I need the directions for the red lobster, so I'll keep the packaging for that too. Well, that's phase one. That's just like can and boxes. And the refrigerator repair guy is coming on Friday. I'm trying to keep the refrigerator pretty cleaned out. We got a new panel and a new control board, and now he's going to fix the thermostats inside so that it will remain a constant temperature a little bit more. Anyway, it's a drawn out process, but it sure saves us time later when we don't want to go find a supermarket.
A few days later.
We forgot to videotape as we were leaving today, but we are at Costco getting more provisions. Here's my happy and very shocked husband, and most of it's meat.
It could have been worse.
Well, we made it home. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. It was really helpful to have Eric with me. Usually I do it alone, and having him with me really helped. So I got a couple bags here and here, and the big part of this is a meat run. Costco's got better prices on meat than just about anywhere else. So we've got brats. I'm going to divide up this 10-pound thing of ground beef, rotisserie chicken, a bunch of flank steaks, whole bunch of chicken, New York, and some more ground beef that's grass-fed, hamburger patties, eggs. So as you can tell, if our freezer goes out, we are in big trouble. But I need to get this stuff put away now. Okay, this is my first time doing this. I got the 10-foot log of hamburger to cut up. I figure it's easier than having that square package that's all mushed up. But now I have to figure out how to divide it into, I don't want to have to weigh it, and I don't want to have to mush it. So I've got to figure out how to divide this up. So here it goes. If you are interested, it's $4.89 a pound. It's 90/10. So the whole thing was like $50.
Still another few days later.
Today I am doing the final bit of our provisioning. We've already been to Costco. I have been to Walmart to get the dry and canned stuff. We had to hold off on the refrigerator stuff for the last minute, and today's the day because although we aren't ready to go because our water maker's not in, our daughter is on her way down so that she can take our car. So I want to make sure that I have everything before she takes off with our car. Our normal hot days that we've been having has been broken up by some rain, and it's kind of been refreshing. Okay, we're getting close. I got the stuff for this weekend with the kids and produce and some dairy stuff. Last bag. We should be set. We're having really high tides. Look at that. And we wanted to get out of here, but we aren't thinking we're gonna make it out at this level. So we'll see what happens. I need to find Eric. It's too hard to get the stuff on the boat with the tides this high. Actually, it's just hard, period. And here we go again, but this is the last stuff I have to put away. Some of the things I got this time was I have pure lemon juice. It's not from concentrate, so I like this. We also get the lime juice, especially for our margaritas. My healthy french fries. I love these french fries. These are good. And we're going to try these onion rings. And that was about the end of my freezer space. So I got the 3 pepper and onion blend. And the reason why I get these is you can put them with chicken and fajita seasoning. And you have fresh vegetables. Well, they aren't fresh. You have vegetables, at least, with your fajitas. And Eric will eat those. That's about the only frozen vegetable he'll eat. Avocados, tomatoes, a couple bagged lettuces or salads that don't really have lettuce. It's more of the broccoli and stuff, and kale. And cabbage. Cabbage lasts a long time. And then onions. I'm still struggling keeping things cold because our boat's always hot. Potatoes. Bananas. Just regular romaine lettuce. Got a whole bunch of sour cream that's already in there. Salad dressings. Eric got done with one of his soy sauces, so I had to get more of that. Cabbage. I got a big cabbage. Cabbage lasts a long time. I finally found my favorite. These are my favorite crackers. And I've been looking everywhere. I just figured you didn't find them. I really like this avocado. I couldn't find just plain avocado, so I had to get guacamole. It's a squeeze container, so it stays good. It doesn't turn brown. It's awesome. Some cilantro. That will stay longer than if I got fresh cilantro. A couple blocks of cheese. And like I said, the sour cream's already in there. So anyhow, now I gotta figure out where to put it. Pretty full up, except for we're having our daughter and son-in-law here, and so I have things for this weekend so that we can have fun. My freezer's pretty stocked up. They'll go down because that's for breakfast also this weekend. And I guess we've got some room in their bottom drawer. I have an ice pack in here because I hurt my back the other day. These are buns. It's questionable how they do being frozen and food saved, but they do okay if you toast them. Look at all that ice. This is full too. So I guess we're done with all the provisioning. It's kind of nice. Hope we don't eat it all before we get off the dock. It just seems like it's taking forever to get this water maker on. We are stocked up and ready to go, so hopefully we will be headed out in the next episode.
Havaseas you next time.